Food at Barcelo Maya Tropical Resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico. So what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Rule of Mind Buddy Life. So I recently had the opportunity to go to Barcelo Maya Tropical. I had some friends visiting from New York. So I took a day pass and I went to a few of the different spots in the Barcelo Resort. So we are starting off at the breakfast buffet. Breakfast buffet is my favorite. I love all the different options. They had a great array of yogurts. I was making parfaits. The prosciutto was so good. They did have salads. Salads isn't my favorite in the morning, but the options are there. Different yogurts for the kids, jellos, milks that you can have, fresh fruit, and then they had all the basics, hot cakes, and this is actually one of my favorites right here, and it's so traditional. It's tripe soup. I actually ate that a few times, and for hangovers when you're at an all-inclusive, it is actually a very good hangover remedy, guys. What I ate the most was here, all of the traditional Mexican dishes, chilaquiles, refried beans, their meats. I live in Mexico now for 9 months, so I've really become accustomed and absolutely love the Mexican cuisine. So I thoroughly enjoyed all of the Mexican food on the buffet for the morning, but it did have all of your traditional regular American Canadian breakfasts, sausages, bacon, eggs, hard-boiled eggs. That's an omelet station that I just passed right here. And then you have regular scrambled eggs as well, hash browns. They do make quesadillas, which I enjoyed. And here is some oatmeal as well, which I do like oatmeal. So I did have a little oatmeal bowl, and they have raisins and, brown sugar. And here's a little something for the kids. For lunchtime, I did go to Palmeras, which is right on the beach. And if you're by the pool or hanging out by the beach, this is perfect. And it is a buffet style as well. So this basically was kind of the same thing as what you would expect at the buffet, but it is smaller, but they did have different options. They did have a lot of seafood, which I loved. Here is actually traditional ceviches, which was my favorite part of the Palmeras little restaurant buffet on the beach and by the pool. But everything else was basically the same. They had nachos and you were able to do it with cheese and meats and everything else, which they did have on the regular buffet. The one thing that I will say is they do not have any other options for breakfast and lunch. It is either Palmeras or it is the buffet. There is no other places to go get food, which I did feel kind of missed the mark for me at this resort. I have stayed at over dozens. I really lost count as how many resorts I've stayed at over the years. And I really like options, and the resort is very big, and I do like when you have food stations in different areas, and they just didn't have that on this resort. And the food was good, but it definitely was not my all-time favorite, but I have stayed at other resorts where the food has completely missed the mark. If you've seen any of my other videos, you would know what I'm talking about. But the view here at Palmeras for lunch was everything. So here I am at, we had gone to Cayoto. This was, guys, the only reservation I was able to get in the 7-day stay that my friends were here. So please make sure you book your reservations for any of the specialty restaurants, even before your trip, if you honestly can, and if not, at least the first day. So Cayoto was good. This was the duck. We all tried something different. We got the duck. I got the prime rib. It was overcooked, but it was a really nice piece of meat. And then my friend got the surf and turf, which was sirloin and a lobster tail. Not gonna lie, the lobster tail, I tasted it. It was not really that great. But our meal was ended with a nice fried tempura ice cream, tempura banana, which was so good. And this was their flambe fruit, which was also really good. And then for the buffet itself, I do feel again that they do have all the basics. They have your soups, salads, meats, specialty dishes. There is a pizza station, there is a pasta station, so there is a lot of options, and traditional Mexican dishes as well. So there definitely is a lot of great options on the buffet. I really, really wish, and I'm gonna continue to say this, make sure you guys make your reservations before your trip, or at least by the first day you are going to go to guest services, and make sure that you book your reservations for the specialty restaurants. The first couple of times we ate at the buffet, it was good. Again, probably a 7 out of 10. I've had better, but I've also had, like I said before, food that wasn't as good as this resort. But after a couple of days of eating over and over again at the buffet, you definitely wanted a little break from something else. And unfortunately, my friends and I could not get into any other of the restaurants because they were absolutely booked up. And another disclaimer, they did not mention this to us at all. When my friends were checking in, they did not mention to them that they should be making the reservations for the specialty restaurants, where to go to make the reservations for the specialty restaurants. And when I checked in, they also did not mention that as well. So when we finally wanted to go make the reservations, unfortunately, everything was already booked up besides Cayoto, which Cayoto was a nice little change, but again, it wasn't the best for some of the dishes that we had. So that is a very, very big thing that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned on this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys.